You want to protect yourself and make sure that you've got adequate insurance protection. And that doesn't only mean the liability protection on your home and auto, because that does have a limit, and you'll want to find out what that is, but also through something called umbrella or liability insurance. Hey everyone, welcome back to the 19th hole. A saying I think most of us have heard at some point is when it rains, it pours. And when it's pouring outside, one thing I know to be helpful, an umbrella. So corny jokes aside, umbrellas not only apply to if you're playing golf in the rain, but also to your financial plan and protecting your assets that you've worked hard to accumulate over the course of your life. So if you have a home, you have a car, you have a boat, likely there's insurance policies to protect those in case you have an accident or a tree falls in your house, etc. They're there to protect you and make sure you're made whole again. But as part of those policies, there's actually liability protection as well, because if you're found to be at fault or somebody is injured, they can sue you and you can be held liable for what happened to them and for damages. And the reality is that often we live in a very litigious world, and when you have certain assets, people will choose either for real or for not so real purposes to sue you for those assets because something happened. You want to protect yourself and make sure that you've got adequate insurance protection. And that doesn't only mean the liability protection on your home and auto, because that does have a limit, and you'll want to find out what that is, but also through something called umbrella or liability insurance. So if somebody sues you for $1 million and your liability protection on your home or auto policy is $300,000, that extra $700,000 could come from your personal assets in a lawsuit. Umbrella insurance is the way to protect those assets. So whether or not you need it, it does depend on what types of assets that you own in your life. So 401k retirement accounts, IRA accounts, generally over a certain value, over $1 million. And depending on your state of residence, your home, your personal residence is protected through something called a homestead exemption. So even if somebody sues you, those things are generally protected. However, if you've got a significant amount of, you have investment property, obviously your autos themselves, and your bank accounts and any brokerage accounts, those are exposed in a lawsuit and could be taken. So really quickly, just figuring this out, do I need an umbrella policy? If the value of your bank accounts, investment property, and your brokerage accounts are more than the liability limits in your home or auto, it really would make sense to have an umbrella policy in place to protect those assets. Umbrella insurance only kicks in after your home and auto have paid up their liability limits. So it's generally pretty affordable. It's typically $20-$30 a month to make sure you've got this extra layer of protection in place so that when it rains, it pours and you don't end up in a crappy spot. So if you're going out to play golf, grab your rain grips, grab some towels, make sure you have your umbrella, but same thing for your financial plan. You've worked really hard to save money, build assets, do all these really great things. If something bad happens, make sure you've got your umbrella insurance and protect yourself in those situations. So hopefully it doesn't rain this weekend and you play some golf, hit them well, but until next time, talk soon. See ya.